Hey, what's up, y'all? Joey here, and I just want to talk to you today about the power of the in-home interview. So, we do something different than most landlords. We don't take the first person with money. Matter of fact, we've got a tedious process that we go through in order to find tenants that can do the 4 jobs of a tenant. And I always tell everybody we're hiring tenants to do 4 jobs. The first job is take care of the house. Second job is pay on time. Third job is be comfortable to work with, and what that means is always being respectful and always staying in good communication. And job number 4 is be a good neighbor. And so we have an application process people go through, and so they fill out a paper application. But the paper application only shows you a certain amount of things. It's just data. It's really hard to get an idea if you believe people are going to be able to do the 4 jobs of a tenant unless you meet them. And so something we do is before anybody gets into our houses, they have to meet our minimum criteria on our paper application, and then we schedule something called the in-home interview. And so what happens with that is I go out to their house where they live now, and I sit down and I meet with them. And there we're doing 2 things. The first thing that we're doing is we're introducing the 4 jobs of a tenant, which I just told you. And then the second thing we're doing is we're seeing, are we going to be able to work well with each other? Now, I'm sitting there and I'm talking with these people, and I always sit down with them. I'm like, this is kind of weird, right? And they're like, yeah, I've never had a landlord do this before. And I'm like, that's okay. The reason why we're doing this is because we want to turn you from paper into people to see if we can have a tenant-landlord relationship with each other. And then the other thing is we're going to talk about the 4 jobs of a tenant. So last night I went to go do one of these, and the people checked out on paper. They were awesome on paper. They were really strong candidates. I get out to the house. I come walking up to the house. The house looks nice on the outside. I get into the house. The house looks nice on the inside. And so you can see they're going to be able to take care of the house, all right? They have a history of paying on time. Things look great right there. But there was something missing. And while I was sitting there talking with the prospective tenant, I would say, hey, this is how we do it. Or there'd be this thing going on. And they say, yeah, but we could do it like this. And I'm like, okay. And I came up with another thing that was going on. I said, this is how we do this. This is what we expect. Yeah, but we could do it like this. And so what we saw there is that we had somebody that right now they're excited about getting into our house because people are on their best behavior whenever they want something. This person was excited about getting into our house, but when we said, hey, this is our rule, they were wanting to argue with us about it. Now, this wasn't an ugly argument. It wasn't like, nah, man, I'm going to tell you what. It wasn't anything like that. It was just they were already trying to bend the rules before they even got into our house. Now, if you think about it like that, this person was not going to be somebody comfortable to work with. All right, we're sitting there right now at the peak of when they're going to be on their best behavior, when they really want something. And if they're not going to be comfortable, if they're not going to adhere to our rules right now, if they're already trying to bend them before they get in the house, what's going to happen when they actually get into our house? David Tilney said that the landlord business is the only business that he knows of where you get to choose who you do business with. And that is a very powerful statement. When you go out and you go through your application process, you are choosing who you get to do business with. And if you don't go do the in-home interview, you don't get to see things like I saw last night where this person's not going to be comfortable to work with. And so what we're able to do is we're able to cull them out and say, hey, you know, we're not going to work with you, and go and find somebody that will enjoy doing business with, that will do the 4 jobs of a tenant and do it happily. So, that was just a really cool thing that happened last night, and I thought I'd tell y'all about it. But make sure, if you're not doing the in-home interview right now, make sure you incorporate that into your process, because I'm telling you, it is better to get rid of somebody before they get into your house instead of having to go through the hassle of getting them out afterwards. So anyway, that's what I learned last night. I thought I'd tell you all about it. Have a great day.